Yes, hello again. It's Bill Jones, recapturefederalism.com, recapturefederalism.com, Recapture Federalist Papers 51. Little special video today. For those who've seen my videos, you know that I've done a number of them, over 140 of them. They're on my website, recapturefederalism.com, also on YouTube. And I was talking about communism. This is a special one. Going to be going out to Sheriff McKeithen, I believe it's when it's pronounced. If not, Sheriff, I apologize. Also, probably will be sending a copy to the Panama City News Herald. It's a response to Dan Sowell, CFA, Honorable Dan Sowell, Bay County property appraiser, and a response to him. And I always do this first. I, William R. Jones, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, so help me God. And I say that because the first time I took that oath was in 1965 when I joined the United States Navy. I'd already been anti-communist for 5 years. I was anti-communist in 1960, 15 years old, after I read a book about the Hungarian Revolution and realized how brutal communists were. Now, I'm saying this to the sheriff right now, talking to the sheriff, because I wish to file a criminal complaint against the politicians, Democratic Party primarily, plus the Republican Party, two political party supremacy system that we have in the United States. And I want to talk about treason. My wife and I purchased a condominium. Last closing was May 29th, 2015, Panama City Beach in Majestic Beach Resort. Wonderful, love it. Beautiful view of the beach. Oh, a good $1 million view. Don't have to pay $1 million for it. We rent it out. Paid taxes, paying the mortgage. Everything's hunky-dory. And then I received something from the Honorable Dan Sowell, CFA, Bay County Property Advisor. And I've written on here, I've sent it back as of yesterday, so you should be getting in the next few days. Pure communism, see enclosed paperwork, progressive taxation on all private property, and I circled all the private property. It's treason. Treason written. All written across there, treason. And that's what it is. I've been anti-communist for 55 years. I've known about treason for a long time. I've been waiting for somebody to say something about it. And I guess I'm going to have to be the only one to talk about it. On January 25th of this year, I sent a packet of 91 pages to 7 people. Chief Justice of the United States, John Roberts, Paul Ryan, Speaker of the House, Mitch McConnell, Majority Leader of the U.S. Senate, James Comey, FBI Director, Governor Rauner, Governor of Illinois, Rita B. Garman, Chief Justice of the Illinois Supreme Court, and Leo Smits, the head of the Illinois State Police. Haven't heard from any of them. they all would have gotten it by February 1st. It's been about a month. Probably be following up with the state police or sheriff's police up here sooner or later. And I filed notice of treason against the United States and all 50 states, citing 18 U.S.C. Chapter 115, which is treason, sedition, and subversion. Bottom line on religious persecution, citing religious persecution, and substituting the U.S. Constitution for the Communist Manifesto and the guidelines of the Communist Party in 1921. Now, getting back to this personal property tax, which lists all these personal property, okay? It's right out of the Communist Manifesto. Right out of the Communist Manifesto. And I had known, I had checked a few months ago, and I saw that communism, Nazism, fascism was against, was in the treason law, which I find interesting. It's different than up here in Illinois. Up here in Illinois, which shall suffer death, but it has to do with more, the treason itself has to do with the same print that you have in the Florida Constitution, and which is levying war and adhering to the enemy, or adhering to the enemies. Well, which is communism. This day and age is communism. And we have 2015 Florida statute title 50 or 41, I guess it'd be. 61, whatever. Crimes, Chapter 876, criminal anarchy, treason, and other crimes against public order. View entire chapter. Haven't read that, but this is just good enough. 876.01, advocacy of specified doctrines relating to overthrow of constitutional government by force or violence prohibited. Criminal anarchy, criminal communism, criminal Nazism, or criminal fascism are doctrines that existing form of constitutional government should be overthrown by force or violence, or by any other unlawful means, or by assassination of officials of the government of the United States or of several states. Advocacy of such doctrines either by word or mouth or writing, or the promotion of such doctrines independently or in collaboration with or under the guidance of officials of foreign state and international revolutionary party or group is unlawful. Okay? Now, as I say, I'm an expert on communism and the state of affairs, especially the Democratic Party. Under the guidance of officials of foreign state or international revolutionary party or group is unlawful. That part, by the way, which I did not cite to Mr. Sowell, but I will let you know, and if we ever get in a discussion, and we probably should, the Democratic Party of the United States is in a progressive alliance with many, many, many countries. And they're almost, none of them say communist, but they're revolutionary and progressive alliance. Progressivism is, without getting too deep in it, it's Lifton's thought reform and psychology of totalism. And that's what this all is totalism. I then cited, sent papers in, page 26 and page 34. Page 26, there are besides eternal truths such as freedom, justice, etc. that are common to all states of society, but communism abolishes eternal truth. It abolishes all religion and all morality. Yeah, sure. It abolishes eternal truth, all religion, and all morality. It's religious persecution. And this is communism. I'll tell you how it relates to personal property tax, because it's a progressive tax. Also, this is where they get to the overthrow. Page 34 of the Communist Manifesto. Finally, they labor everywhere for the union and agreement of democratic parties of all countries. That's where we get the democratic parties. But the Republican Party no longer adheres to Republican principles as of under Federalist Paper 51. They are a Democratic Party also, and they're in cahoots with the Democratic Party. That's why I sent it to Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan. Now, the next paragraph, the communists disdain to conceal their views and aims. They openly declare that their ends can be attained only by the forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions, that the ruling classes tremble at the communistic revolution. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their change. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries unite. Now, this is from 1848. We have been having an insurrection going on in this country. First started in Chicago at the Haymarket Square, where 7 police officers, Chicago police officers, were assassinated by a dynamite bomb by workers of the world uniting. At Haymarket Square, May 4th, 1886. We then had a reactivation, a revitalization of it in 1965. Watts riots, blah, 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 Black Panthers, blah, 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 blah. I can go through, I've got 140 videos on the website. You can go there and you can watch all about them. And they're there. They're there. I've been doing a lot of work on this. Finally got tired of seeing my grandchildren and your grandchildren enslaved. And we're enslaved. We're enslaved. And our grandchildren are. And I'm going to get into that right now. I then said, page 47 of the Communist Manifesto, Principles of Communism, question 14, have highlighted it will, in other words, abolish competition and replace it with association. Free enterprise system, they do away with capitalism. I'm sure you're aware of it. And it's just not Mr. Sowell. We're talking specifically Mr. Sowell, since I brought that up. And they brought it up, I should say. And the last paragraph on this page. In fact, the abolition of private property is doubtless the shortest and most significant way to characterize the revolution in the whole social order, which has been made necessary by the development of industry, and for this reason it is rightly advanced by communists as their main demand. It's the communists' main demand to get rid of property rights. And they do it by, and I'm going to tell you right now how they're going to do it by. Page 49 and 50, the Communist Manifesto, question 18. What will the course of this revolution? And blah, 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 democracy, which we're not. We're a compound republic under a umbrella of confederation. That's Federalist Papers 51. Good government, Romans 13. It's religious persecution. Okay? And the three branches of government is Isaiah 33, verse 22. The Lord is our judge. The Lord is our lawgiver. The Lord is our king. The Lord is our savior. And so we have religious persecution. That's on page 52 of the Communist Manifesto, where they wish to get rid of religions, among other things. But back to page 49. They have 13 demands, or courses, or aims, or guidelines, or goals, okay? And the first one is limitation of private property through progressive taxation, heavy inheritance taxes, abolition of inheritance through collateral lines, brothers, nephews, etc., and forced loans. So we have the progressive taxation, which is the limitation of private property, and this is how you eliminate it. Limitation, okay? You put it on a sheet of paper and you're going to pay taxes on all the refrigerator, stove, microwave. That's the limitation of private property for progressive taxation. Also, we go further, you have forced loans. State level and the federal level of $20 zillion, and $20 trillion, I guess it is. And of course it could be $20 zillion because that's what they intend on doing. Enough is enough. And it's treason. It is treason. And so the other one is centralization of money and credit in the hands of the state through a national bank with state capital and suppression of all private banks and bankers. That's the Federal Reserve and national banks. What happened to the savings and loans? They're all gone. They used to be local people. No. Democratic centralism. Democratic centralism. That's what you have. Guidelines of the Communist Party, 1921. Look forward to talking with you, Sheriff. And maybe we can get something done, straighten these people out. And it's both political party supremacy. And if you think you got it bad down in Florida, and you have it bad all over the country, I'll tell you what, you really got it bad up here in Illinois and Cook County. Sanctuary County. Sanctuary County. Now, also, I should note to you, be on the lookout. Chapter 8, combination of legal and illegal work, which is all about soldiers, insurrection, soldiers, combat troops. They in there refer to political police, which are police, local police. See, I read that book in 1960 about the Hungarian Revolution. And the Hungarian Revolution was not put down by local police. Local police were nowhere to be found. They were tortured to get information out of them after the revolution was put down. It was short-lived. They came in with federal troops, Soviet troops. And we have now the Department of Justice. That's a communist organization. They have a civil rights division. That's communism. It's communism. Black Lives Matter is communism. There have been 377 Chicago police officers killed since 1872. That's 18 U.S.C. Chapter 115, 2385, which is related to what's the here, advocacy of by word, writing, and promotion, independently collaboration and their guidance, overthrown by force or violence or unlawful means or by the assassination of officials. 18 U.S.C. 18 U.S.C. Chapter 115, 2385, which is advocating the overthrow of government, talks about the assassination of public officials. And as you know, you're a public official. When I was in the Navy in the late 60s, I was demonstrated against in 1966 by Harvard students in Boston. We were homeported out of there. Then when I got out of the Navy in late 1969, military, we were baby killers, protesting. They were pro-communist. They went after the police too. Pigs, pigs, pigs. Just like the Black Lives Matter now, pigs in the blanket. They don't, the Department of Justice and local police are restricted from apprehending them. And you're violating the Constitution. You are, as a police officer, law enforcement officer, and public official, you are responsible, as are all the public officials, to ensure domestic tranquility. You cannot have domestic tranquility when you have communist chaos. And with that, I will cease at this point and end this video. Hoping to talk with you soon, Sheriff. Maybe we can get some things done.